I would, because we are before a court of law and these are issues of fact. Now the court, the prosecutions, which is the police, they are alleging a certain figure. We are contesting that figure, and we do not have to arm them. So with respect, I would want to decline comment on this. But in due course, when it is time for us to, make payment, I'm sure with the customer's consent, because this also borders on privacy. So I'm sure with the customer's consent, if we need to publish it in the dailies, why not? We will not hesitate at all. We will do that. Then the last one, do you ascribe to the school of thought, that things that the customers were greedy? I do not. And I'll just leave it at that. I do not. They weren't greedy at all. They were not greedy. So I do not ascribe to that thought. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. And please, kindly keep your questions precise and straight to the point. Boss? Yes, then please come. Then Favor. Then one print. Then we get one print. I have radio, I have TV. Print from where? Searchlight. Okay. Please come here and answer because of camera. One at a time. Okay.
Thank you very much. My name is Favor Nuno. I work for the BBC. Favor Nuno.
Yes. Favor Nuno. BBC.
So what we know is that most of your clients have connected the monies that you're expecting from Dubai to the fact that they may get their investments back. Now the question is that when are you expecting to be able to retrieve these finances from Dubai and to be able to pay your customers? The court in Dubai established timelines for you to be able to retrieve these monies, or it is open to negotiations with this company. You do mention that you expect that government should be able to support you with international lawyers to go after these. So the question is, when are you able to get this money in your accounts to be able to save your customers?
Thank you. Next person, please.
All right, my name is Arnold Mensah-Lavanyo, Xylophone FM and 5 in 5. I've got 2-in-1 questions. The first one, is MENZGOLD a Ponzi scheme? The second one, Securities and Exchange Commission gave you a directive to shut down the gold vault and pay your customers. Why did you shut down the gold vault and not pay the customers? Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mensah.
Yes, sir. Your name?
My name is Nanapoku from Daily Searchlight, Nanapoku. I think the brouhaha about what is happening now is about licensing. Now you have made it emphatically clear that you have acquired all the legal documents pertaining to your business. Can you show a copy or copies to the press or to the Ghanaian populace or to the world that indeed you have all the legal documents that you are working with? And my second question, please, I beg your pardon. The man in Dubai, I don't know the name, it's a long name, who allowed the security agencies to incarcerate you. Now that you have come out, that the claim was making against you were false, what are you going to do? Are you going to take legal action against him, or you're just going to leave you off the hook? Thank you.
Please, let's ask only one question, please. It's very important. Okay, over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Favor Nuno of BBC. So you want to know when we are collecting, the money that is owed to us in Dubai, the UAE. Just as I indicated in my statement, right after I won the case, the judges in the Dubai Superior Court ruled a case in my favor, the next thing would have been to like do the necessary arrangements and or file the necessary applications and whatnot, just so I can recover the money, and then still come back to the propositions one of the propositions that we have, tabled for government, right to government, and then plead with them to like find a way to unfreeze our account just so it can be transferred, because the invoice we furnished them, the account on it, is MENZGOLD, and MENZGOLD account has been so, but for the Interpol red notice, as soon as I left, the criminal, as soon as the first criminal proceeding was done, the Interpol red notice kicked in, so I was still under detention, so I couldn't do any of this. So now that I'm home, it's important that I show my customers and shareholders, patrons, and then the whole Ghanaians, the general public, respect, by briefing them as to what exactly transpired, from my perspective. And then thereafter, we will sit with the lawyers and then engage the Attorney General's office, so we can pursue, that amount. So we're hoping that would be done as soon as possible. However, that is not the only asset our company has. So that is not a do or die or make or break, But so we would hold on to other assets that we have, just so we'll be able to adequately meet our liabilities to our customers. So this is my position on that. So, and then you also asked as to whether the court gave timelines. No, there were no timelines attached. Then Mr. Arnold Mensah of Vibe in 5, right? A xylophone FM. You want to know as to whether MENZGOLD is a Ponzi scheme. MENZGOLD is not a Ponzi scheme. Let me seize this opportunity to shed light, more light, on the operations. I'm sure this is in reference to the gold collectible trade and not our gold export and then our assaying and smelting and assaying. Now, the gold collectible trade was a platform that we created, our creation, and I mentioned innovation when I was speaking. So we own the proprietary, to the gold trading platform. It's a platform that has a lot of, buys, so many buys, and then it has a lot of around the world, and then it has a lot of sellers, which is the traders, which they are gold collectible. All right. So we only own the platform. It is our creation, So we own the platform. So it is just like Accra Mall, for example. You have a product you want to sell. You do not have you don't know where to find a seller, and so you go to Accra Mall and then you go and then apply for space just so you can bring your product then come and sell. So a customer owns his gold collectible, all right, comes to MENZGOLD and says that I want to trade my gold collectible on your platform because the platform is ours. So we need to have royalties, we need to get paid, and this is why they pay us commissions. So they pay for commission, we accept, and then we give them receipts, narrating the transaction history on the receipt. Then we accept the gold, and then we sign a contract, and it is the contract that regulates our relationship. And in the contract states what should be done in case of breach. All right. After we put the gold, we subject the gold to our platform. All right, and then we have buyers on the platform. So the product that we have placed on our platform meets a buying lead. So somebody buys it. We make profit of having accepted the commission, which is the royalty. We also make profit on the customer's gold that they have placed on the platform. All right, and gold, we have huge demand. So there is constant demand. So every week we are able to sell the customer's gold. All right, restock, and then come and sell again. But at the end of the month, because the contract says that we are supposed to be paying them returns at the end of the month, we only give them 1 out of the 4. And then the 3, because we are doing the trade, the 3 becomes, our profit or our benefit. Let me say benefit or reward. So this is what it is. It is not a Ponzi scheme, but it is just an innovative drive. Today's internet market is where the owners of platforms like Alibaba, like eBay, like Amazon and all owns a platform, and then they match selling leads to a buying lead, and then they make money. So it was just an innovative drive. It was just an innovation, something, our creation. And people would contest what they do not know. Around the world, there is a huge debate as to whether ghosts exist or not. Because none of us have seen a ghost, there is a contest. A school of thought believes ghosts exist. A school of thought believes it does not exist. So naturally, human beings would contest what they do not know. But we do, because this is our proprietary. We have the technical expertise when it comes to gold. You might be a lawyer, and a good one for that matter, but that doesn't make you a good businessman. You can be a business professor, in Harvard or Yale business school, all right? But when venture capitalists put money in your hands to go do business, that doesn't mean you can be a successful businessman. So we need to promote mutual respect. Okay, so this is what it is. This is my take on the gold collectible trade. If we all see things from different perspectives, my 4-year-old, all right, will not just conclude that an animal, it's a duck by just watching the way it walks or the way it swims. My 4-year-old Penel will not do that. All right? We do not have to, draw assumptions and then conclusions based on, our mental dispositions and our primary and secondary socialization. We need to attack the fact, especially when our integrity, are on board. Today, the telcos in Ghana, they do mobile transfers, but originally they were given a license to do telecommunication business. You get it? Today the real estate industry is not regularized, but tomorrow it would be. So at every given time in human history, innovation precedes regulation. So if we have gotten innovative, we are not opposed to regulation. We welcome regulation, but we expect fair regulation, in accordance with the rule of law. So MENZGOLD is not a Ponzi scheme. Thank you so much. SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission also gave us a directive that we should shut down the gold we should shut down the gold vote market, which is the trading platform that we have created. A platform that has the customers' gold, the selling prospect, with the buying leads that we are supposed to match just so we make the sales and then be able to pay the customers. The SEC asked us to shut that down and then still pay the customers. That is tantamount to telling the shops in Accra Mall, all right, to shut down, yet the shops there should be making sales. It doesn't add up, It is like going to a Mercedes-Benz. You go to a Mercedes-Benz shop, garage, and then you tell them you want a fleet of Mercedes-Benz for car rental business, but you want it on credit. So you do down payment, and then they give you 5 Mercedes-Benz to go and then run car rental business, just so every month you would come and then be servicing the debt. You take the cars, you start the business. Every month you pay, you service the debt. Then you receive a letter from Mercedes telling you that, or you receive a letter from, let's say, a car regulator telling you that stop renting the cars, yet keep paying the money to Mercedes-Benz. Well, I thought this was a demonstration of a certain deficit in the understanding of our exact, business. So we would go back and then furnish them with, more further and better particulars, just so the executives can probably, look at it, and if they think we can create an industry out of our gold collectible trade, they would forward, some draft, to the legislature, and possibly we can have a statute or an act, and it becomes an industry which will promote and advance the cause of our economic prospect. Thank you. Okay, Nana Poku of Daily Searchlight. You asked that we show a copy of. I think my last answer. My last answer can also answer this. Should be able to cater for this question. However, let me just give it a small shot. As of now, we own a Minerals Commission license that directs us to do two main things: to buy gold on one arm, on one leg, and then to export gold on another leg. So we hold a Minerals Commission license. That makes us a gold dealer. Okay, a reputable one for that matter. However, we got innovative, with our gold, because we thought there is a huge market gap as to domestic consumption, and it is important that we satisfy, we do not have to be, and of course the government, keeps promoting that we need to do value addition, we need to add value to our produce, and then we can satisfy, domestic market. So we thought we can buy gold and then we can export gold. But we do not export all the gold. We still have some gold Dory bars left. Why don't we do value addition to it and then put it up for sale so we can make profit? So it would interest you to note that we're buying gold 7.75 grams at, let's say, how much we're buying it then?
1,200.
1,200. And then we had the technology, all right, to be able to process it and then made it to the finished product you see with the packaging and all that. So let's say cost price is, the manufacturing price is 300 more, so that comes to 1,500, but we're selling one at 2,000, so we make profit of the 500, out of which we pay our broker or retailer, which is Brew Marketing Consult, I think 3%. They take 3% on, so we pay them the 3%. So that 500 Ghana, we put it on the side. Okay, thank you.
Do one more. Okay.
So we just, in short, just as I indicated in our statement, we sought to produce a word processor, out of a typewriter, or we sought to produce lemonade out of lemon. This is what we did. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. It's okay.
One more.
Okay.
He asked that those who caused
Yes, those who caused who filed that claim in Dubai, that file claim in Dubai and caused my detention. The lawyers are reviewing. Our Emirati lawyers are still reviewing, so I'm yet to get an advice. But I would definitely, press charges and then seek the necessary reparations. Thank you.
GTV, please, City. And then another point. Joy. Multi-TV, please, come forward. GTV, City, and Multi-TV. Or Joy. Okay.
My name is Abdul Rahman from GTV. First, I'd like to know the... So I'd like to know the net worth of, my name is Abdul Rahman, GTV. Okay, I'd like to know the net worth of the company, what you have currently, or at best if you can tell me what you were having before the regulators started to hunt you. And secondly, in the last bit of your speech, you said you thanked the regulators for not sparing the rod, the government. Is that an admittance that MENZGOLD was doing the wrong thing and thereby the government stood up to correct it? Thank you.
Please, let's stick to the rules. One question, please. One. Okay.
My name is Hansen Ajaman. I work with City FM, City TV. I guess your customers might not be that happy. Hansen Ajaman, City FM, City TV. When there was a payment schedule, they didn't get their money. Now you are asking government to do certain things before you can pay them. When your lawyer wrote to the Attorney General, he was very clear that there was a need for, and that you had agreed that government will be a trustee in that said document. Clarify if that is true or not. The customers have severally asked that there be a three-group committee, including government, MENZGOLD, and the customers. From what you've told us today, nothing really includes the customers. So how are you involving the customers in all this? And then finally, you clarify the fact that MENZGOLD is not a Ponzi scheme. There's also the conspiracy theory that some people are working to destroy you. From the facts available to you, how true or false is this?
One question, please.
Okay. My name is Maxwell. I work with Joy FM and Joy News. Joy News, I should say. Yes, sir. Yeah, Maxwell, yeah. Okay, I stepped out a little, so I'm not sure my question has been asked. But coming to this press conference, I think the theme for everybody was that we're going to hear clear timelines being given as and when customers of MENZGOLD should expect their deposits. I've had a lot of interactions with customers of the company, and some of them bedridden actually, who are hoping that you'll be released from the custody of the Dubai police and then the Ghana police subsequently, so that you'll be able to make payments. They are saying that until you're released, the monies are not going to come. Now you've been released. I'm sure a lot of them would want to hear clear timelines, as in expect it in November, expect it in December, expect it this year, January. When should they expect the money? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, stop the murmuring. Everybody has an opinion as a question. Please. Okay, thank you very much. Over to you, sir. Please.
Brothers, thank you so much. My brother Abdurrahman of GTV, I'll take yours first. You want to know the net worth of MENZGOLD before and after. That's also an information that we cannot divulge, owing to the fact that we have civil and criminal proceedings. Okay, so but in due course, we really have to, you can trust and be rest assured that we would. The second one was government. Yeah, I said we thank the government for not sparing the rod and spoiling the child. Do you take that as an admission of guilt? No, that is not an admission of guilt. If it were, I'm sure the judiciary is also government, and this is, the judiciary is also government. So if there is an admission of guilt, I think the appropriate place to have done it would have been the Chamber of Justice, which was before the court of law. When I went before them, that's supposed to pull your legs. But it's not an admission of guilt. But the point here is that every human being is fallible. Maybe we have, from where they sit, maybe there were certain omissions and commissions that we are not privy to, which necessitated certain actions and inactions that they took. So no matter what we do, there are fathers and there are mothers in the hem of affairs, and so therefore we are still subject to them. And so yes, in as much as it is not admission of guilt, we still thank them, and if you like, I would reiterate it. We thank them for pruning us, and making us refined and the best that we can possibly be. Then my brother Hansen from City FM. Yes, you want to know as to whether it is true or false that government, we have agreed with government for them to be a trustee to the pending amounts that we need to recoup from Dubai. It is not the case, okay, except that the letter that you referred us to was just like I'm doing right now, was a proposition, was a proposal, a suggestion, more or less that Kwame, our very capable lawyer, in conjunction with all the international, lawyers, did to the Ghanaian government. So I'm sure they are still, and today I've also added my voice to it. So I'm sure they are still reviewing, and in due course, just as I said, we would engage the AG's office. Once we're set, they will let us know, what they can do and what they cannot do. But what is certain is that we'll definitely, find solution to the pending teasing matter. Thank you. Then you talked about customer committee. I thought when I was speaking just a moment ago, I said we will do broad consultation. We'll engage customers' leadership. In fact, even the schedule, we would have to build consensus. So customers would be at the center, at the heart, when we get to that point. Then the conspiracy theory as to people wanting to destroy me, as to whether it is true or false. Well, what I know is that everybody wants to catch the star, in the sky. Everybody wants to, have the better things and of this world. So life in itself is a struggle. My mother tells me all the time, like growing up, that life is war, and especially when you're a man. And so therefore, I will not, disregard and sit here and see everybody in the whole world wishes me well. However, I think, having come this far, all things work together for good, to those that love God and to those who are called according to his purpose. And whatever happens in this life, if God doesn't permit it, it doesn't happen. And so in all things, I give glory to God. I pray that if, certain persons or elements, whether local or international, are working and conspiring for my fall, I pray they repent and accept Jesus Christ. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The last one of our questions.
I'm sorry. Maxwell, my brother Maxwell from Joy News. The timelines. I think this is tied to the fact that we cannot access money. We just can't access money. We can't, do without the bank account. Especially when we have money laundering allegations. So once that is done, once we engage government, whatever decision they take, and we would also get to the customers' leadership, and then we would all judge and then do consensus building, then agree on timelines that would be of mutual benefit. So we'll definitely, publish the timelines, but we would need you to be just a little bit patient. My brother Maxwell, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We'll do that. Please, the last round of questions. Daily Graphic. Daily Graphic. Please come. Daily Graphic, Ghana Web, and then Class TV. Class FM, please.
My name is Stephen Kenneth Nakuja from Pending TV, GhanaPublicEye.com. Please, I want to ask, Stephen Kenneth Nakuja from Pending TV, Ghana Public Eye. Please, I want to ask whether NAM1 has regretted investing in our music industry or entertainment industry? I want to know. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Right, Nana, my name. So, end of the day, you Lord, it was with Ghana Web. So earlier there was, for want of a better word, a cryptic message on your Twitter timeline, which suggested that, there was an alligator or crocodile attacking a wildebeest, and the other wildebeest were just looking on. Would you say that industry players hang it out to dry? And also, what's the meaning of Oral Battalion?
Good afternoon. My name is Awad Said from Hot FM. I want to know the step taken in order to unfreeze your account and the assets. The step taken in to unfreeze the account and the assets. Awad Said from Hot FM. Yeah.
Thank you. Last one. Yes, please, sir.
Okay, my name is Jerry Wonder from Shine Publications. We would like to know basically what is your message for the young people out there who see xylophone or who saw xylophone as the only avenue for them to begin their entertainment careers?
Okay, let me quickly add, I haven't called Amy Lady, so please I'll add her to the last one of questions.
Okay, my name is Bodo Abigail from Metro TV, and I would like to find out what is the next step for MENZGOLD if all is settled, and if we are going to reinvent the company or we are going to close the chapter for it.
Thank you. Please, when it's done with the answering, the response, he will then do a bridge of all the things that have been said in tree for our tree listeners, and then and the customers as well. Okay, and the customers as well. So please, over to you.
Okay, my brother Stephen.
Pendring Media.
Pendring Media. You want to know as to whether I have regretted in investing in the entertainment industry. I have not. I cannot. It was a business decision, and we believe. I do not believe, or I do not do businesses that you start today and then you reap tomorrow. I am, with respect, and not to sound boastful, like a generational, sort of. So everything you have seen with xylophone, every step, everything, but for the freeze and then the unfortunate issues in the past few months before us, every other thing is calculated, and it is to achieve a certain positive effect. So we are hopeful, and just as I indicated in my speech, hopefully soon in the future you will see a vibrant digital xylophone media that would have global effect. Thank you. Then Lord from Ghana Web, you want to know as to what is the meaning. You want to know as to whether I've regretted with the industry. I think I just answered that. So I would go to the second question. You also want to know the meaning of Aurum Utalium. Okay. Aurum Utalium is gold, is referred to gold Doribar. Okay? When we say gold Doribar, gold that is not 100%, that hasn't got 100% aurum. Okay, aurum is gold, pure gold, that is 24 karat gold, which is 99.99999. Now, so when you say aurum utalium, what it means is that it is gold of a certain percentage purity or carat, and then a foreign matter. And that foreign matter could be silver, it could be copper, it could be, you know, any of the metals. Now, we sign a contract, okay, with people that we do business with, and then we say we are selling aurum, the commodity description as, or the commodity specification is aurum utalium. The percentage purity is 93 or 92, no, 92%, and then the carat is 22 carat plus. All right, and then somebody says, put respectfully their ignorance on display, reads Google, which is not, okay, it's somebody's company, so reads information from somewhere which is not gospel, okay, and then makes a huge fuss or propaganda out of it. It is unfair. Now, today, Snap is somebody's brand, okay, and it is the inspiration was taken from Snapchat. Today, Snap has been incorporated into the English dictionary. Previously, Snap was not, all right, but following Snapchat. So now, in the place of video me, everybody says Snap me. Now today, in the absence of send me a message, we say WhatsApp me. You know, language is organic, and every language, every word was once just a jargon. So when it comes to my field of trade, in our local parlance, there's this joke say, Obi anyine jumo brofo. Engineer say ontia, also ubisa, onyima, also ubisa. Now in the gold dealership, you know, let's say industry, the world over, if anybody wants to describe gold doriba, they say it's aurum utalium. Now I cited a text that says that it is a word that is often used by, it says what? Aurum utalium is so often used by criminals. Now let's pay attention to so often. Okay, I believe this is English, everyday English. So we and I'm sure you, the media, even understand it better than some of us do. Aurum utalium is so often used by criminals who distribute fake gold. Now, so often, when we say something is so often used by somebody, what it means is that some persons uses it, but this person uses it more. So it doesn't mean it is flawed or it is fake. Now, it goes on to say that fake gold who offer 1,000 kilograms of gold. Now, no gold dealer would say 1,000, no proper gold dealer or a better intellectual text on gold, all right, we say 1,000 kilos. The SI unit for gold is in kilograms, ounces, grams, and then kilos, and then tons. So if this is an authoritative academic or intellectual text, all right, it would have been offers 1 ton, you know, and not 1,000 kilograms. Sometimes 5,000 kilograms, they wouldn't have written for, they would have written 5 tons. So I see this is coming from somebody that has been a victim of the 90% or 99% gold fraud around the world. That I, you know, have been a victim. That I've been detained for, you know, what is it called? 8 months in Dubai for no wrongdoing. Okay, and then it goes on to say the abbreviation AU means aurum. All right. And nothing else. There is no such word in Latin, and there never was a Latin word for aurum. So I ask you, prior to the incorporating of a word like snap into the English dictionary, was there a word like snap? Today we say, and not just snap, there are several other. You know, with time we can do the research and then bring it to the fore. There are so many words that weren't, but today they are, and this is language. So disregard, you know, the misconception. Dispel it. It is just something that was orchestrated by certain persons who do not have, the fact. Thank you. The second question was from Awa, my brother Awa from Hot FM. You want to know steps we are taking to unfreeze our assets. The first step is what I have done, appealing to the authorities, because we believe in diplomacy. All right? Law, yes, is the cement of society. That is what holds society compact. However, laws are made for men and not the other way around. So we believe, appealing to government or those in authority first, going on our knees and saying, making a good case as to why XYZ should be done is more appropriate than lock and hunt. But in the court of law, however, because when two elephants fight, it is the grass and then those that, are beneath it that surface. So this is the first step, first humble call. We have appealed. We would go and then further, appeal some more. If for some reason, if the decision is not favorable and we disagree, we would express our disagreement by filing an application resulting to the court of law to seek the appropriate redress. So that's my take on that.
Jerry Wonder.
Then Jerry Wonder. Those who believe in xylophone media and then wants to pursue a career, were dreaming of pursuing a career with xylophone media, I have news for you. Your aspirations, your visions, and then your desires are not your hopes are not dashed. There would be a better xylophone media tomorrow. But first, we want to cater for our cherished, customers. And then we will revamp xylophone media. And you are welcome, because we operate an open door system. So you're always welcome. We would love to partner, to work, and then to grow with you. Thank you.
Okay.
We have one from
Metro TV.
Then we have Bodo, right? My sister from Metro TV. What is the next step for MENZGOLD Ghana? Is it going to be a thing of the past? No, it is not. But this is why it is part of, the proposals or the propositions that we're making to government. There has been a huge contention. We say we have a license, and then we think we belong to the school of thought that believes that we have a license, we just got innovative. It is a gray area. It probably has a semblance of securities, but it is not. What looks like a tree or what looks like a duck, it is not a duck. It is probably a seahorse or an ostrich, So we want them to kindly, direct us to the appropriate quarters, if any, appropriate state agent or agency. We are not opposed to supervision at all. In fact, the only way to stay in your track and then not to lose focus is to be supervised, is to be regulated. All right, we want to grow. We want to build a business that will surpass our generation. We want to build a business that would improve the economic prospects of this country. We want to build a business that would take Africa to the world. We want to build a business that, would change Africa's narrative. It's been 3 decades since the advent of the internet from intranet. Africa really today, when I came back, I have seen some great, internet businesses. I think I saw Drop-In. I commend you guys. You are doing a good job. I think the Drop-In is an answer to, the great Silicon Valley's Uber. And then I've seen another one. I don't want to publicize them. We'll throw our weight behind the Ghanaian one, which is the Drop-In. That's a fantastic, job some young guys like ourselves have done. So we'll throw our weight behind them and then push them to succeed. It's been 3 decades, 30 years. Amazon and all these companies, Uber, eBay, they started when it did from the advent of the internet, from 1990s, 92, 93, thereabout, when there was the internet booming, California, the Great Silicon Valley. Today, the Silicon Valley has become a domain, for internet businesses. And then all around the world, we pay tribute to America through these businesses. So people are in South Africa. Today we have Uber here in Ghana. Uber is far away in, Silicon Valley. Yahoo, Google, all those businesses are there. Now we use them here, and then we pay for their services, and all that goes to America, and that makes America great. Don't get me wrong, I love America, but it is important that we also take the bull by the horn if we want to, indeed create a new African story. If we want to be respected, want to be accorded with respect, we want to be accorded, with dignity, it is important that we invest in the difficult task of creating new things. It is usually very cumbersome to do it. It comes with a cost, a lot of falling and getting up, but it is not impossible. It is a road that is leading to prosperity, and that is exactly what Africa needs, just so we can clinch or win ourselves away from the clutches of poverty. So we will pursue, and then we would, with God on our side, I know we will succeed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think it is a round of applause. That's the end of the question. So I will ask him to just, for the three listeners, YouTube has been on my neck, kindly summarize everything you said in three, and then we are good to go. Please, sir.
Mebwa Nana.
Okay.
Mejidi se ensembe brena yakano die ehunhia a eyekese ma yenianom especially.
Please let's sit down.
Yenianom especially omo ekakra akodi men's gold no. Mejidi se omo ena yebehwe helpa na ya cheche mu kakra ewotwi mu. Mebo modern.
Not everything, just the last one, madam.
The last,
like the final thing.
Okay. Enti letwaswa meka se
Okay, Sammy, just give me, please. There's a special request from the CEO himself and then Mr. Nanofe. We want two customers to come and give us, let's say, their thoughts or whatever concerns is on your heart. They should come to Sewa and then Timon. Please come. And please, Timon, please hurry up. Sewa, come up. Please. Not question, but what you think, your remarks about whatever that has been said today.
Thank you very much. Again, my name is Sewa, and mine is an interest as well as a question. When Nanapia was talking, and he mentioned that he had learned some lessons. So I would like to know, respectfully, and if you can do it three, what are some of the lessons that you've learned, and what, in the direction of what would you do differently from how things was before? Yeah, it's my observation in the form of a question.
My name is Tim Benop. As customers and as representatives of Men's Gold customers, we appreciate the press conference that has gone on at this moment, because our boss, or the CEO of Men's Gold, has been able to touch most of the concerns of the customers. But our main priority And what we are looking for, or our expectations of as customers, is that customers are now relying on MENZGOLD, as MENZGOLD or the CEO is also relying on government, because he has made us to understand that his hand is now in the mouth of government, because his accounts has been frozen, and if probably that account is not unfrozen, he may not be able to see to the welfare of customers. I want to draw his attention that customers are languishing in pain. As I speak now, we've recorded 23 customers that have passed away, and most of them are also bedridden. This is an issue that he needs to at least put much of his attention on. Customers' expectation is just to get their money, and he will have to prove, to the benefit of the doubts, that as a young man of him and as we youth who has also gotten that courage to invest in this company, will not be denied of our investment rights and what we deserve for. All I will also have to say is that we would have had a lot of questions to ask, but it touched a lot of areas. And for that matter, as urgent as possible, as he may be able to offer, should be done quick, so that whatever relationship or whatever that need to be done with government, so that customers will get paid in the shorter time, is what we customers are here to see. And that's all. Thank you.
Okay, Takwa, please. Takwa. Nana.
Honorable Namwa, that's what I would say.
Yes, of course.
A special greeting from Takwa to you. We heard you all right. Most of the questions you have asked, Mr. Timo, I've said most of them. But what I want to chat more, apart from the fact that I'm a MENZGOLD customer, I'm also a non-missioner at Takwa. And I can see my man Doji here. I want you to touch on non-mission. What plans do you have to expand non-mission? Because Takwa now, we started meetings, but we are not hearing anything from you. I would advise you expand non-mission program to Takwa so that we can also move forward. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So you respond? Yeah. Sorry, give me Sewa? Timon, and then Sewa, Timon, Sewa asked about the license.
It's always a great pleasure interacting, with the press, but it is even more delightful interacting with customers, because you have made us who we are today as a business and as individuals. If you hadn't reposed confidence in us in the first place, our business would have traveled on a road that leads nowhere. So we appreciate you, and I'm happy, to meet you. Now, my sister Sewa, you talked about You want to know the lessons that I have learned. Well, life in itself is you know, it's a learning curve. So, but you want to know just three. So if I want to talk about my lessons, then maybe, you know, we might end up spending 2, 3, 4, or even more hours here. However, you want to know three, so let me just deal with the three. I have learned, and I would just gift it out, you know, on this special day to aspiring entrepreneurs, that consensus building is critical. You know, whether you are right or wrong, it's highly imperative that you resort to consensus building. And this is why today, you know, we are appealing to government, you know, so it is great to build consensus. Then number two, don't be too willing to be misunderstood. You know, prior to this point, I thought it's actually great, you know, when you're going right and then people think you're going left. It's great because, you see, it prevents or avoids competitors, you know. So there were a lot of misconceptions about our business, but we didn't bother to, like, you know, come out and then, you know, educate the public, because they wanted to keep enjoying. Mr. Fair, for example, was very, you know, bold and very assertive anytime in our meetings when a PR, you know, brings it up that they want to do public education. You see, he would go like, no, you know, he wants to keep enjoying his monopoly, you know. So we're too willing to be misunderstood, and I think this is what has brought us this far. Henceforth, we will speak up, you know, we would educate, we would inform, and then take more feedback. And then lastly, there is no power on earth, you know, whether above, on this earth, below, in the sea, in the realms, mightier than God. So let us accept Christ. These are the three lessons, key lessons that I would want to share, you know, with you. Thank you, sir. Then my boss, my boss Timothy, a proud customer, and I hear you're a president. Mr. President, I salute you. I'll CACM. We are happy, you know, and then we have taken your contribution or suggestion and good, you know, faith. However, I just want to situate one statement you made in, you know, properly. That doesn't mean I disagree with you, but I just want to situate it. You said we are relying, you customers are relying on MENZGOLD, and MENZGOLD is also relying on government. No, you are relying on us and we are relying on you because we are partners. Okay, so we take a decision as partners, and then we can go to government and say that, you know, our father, the father of the nation, can you please help us accomplish A, B, C, D? So we are partners. We are with you, like we are the same. We are in the same bracket. Okay, so this is just situating the statement properly. Then the non-mission, apart from being business and then business executive and whatnot, we believe in giving back to society. So the non-mission, I'm a philanthropist too. So the non-mission would continue, just like I indicated in my statement. You want to know the plans that we have. Once we settle the customers, you know, once every customer gets settled and they are happy, and then possibly with the right certifications, if any, we get back to business. Non-mission would see regional offices. In fact, we started, you know, but for what happened, we had to, you know, set our priorities right, you know. So non-mission will see regional offices, and we would commit a part of our profit to helping the authorities or government to solve some of the basic, needs that our country have. So the nomination would proceed, or would soldier on. Thank you so much, Ohinejan, as part of our corporate social responsibility. Thank you. Now, respectfully, Mr. Moderator, right? I would want us to, with respect to the media and everybody gathered here and now, that we stand up and then observe 1 minute silence for our departed, brothers and sisters. And this is in reference to the customers.
Please, a minute silence.
This includes our beloved departed, the late Willie Roy. Let's observe a minute of silence.
Right, so you've been listening to the CEO of MENZGOLD Ghana Limited, Nanapia Mensah, and some journalists and some clients, and basically we missed the speech, but there have been a number of questions that have been asked, and I picked up a few things that I would want to share with you before we go back there and speak with our lady on the ground, Della Michelle. But currently there's a minute silence ongoing for the 23 customers who have lost their lives as a result of this debacle. May their souls rest in peace. But some of the things that must be noted is that Namwan says that he did not jump bail as we were told by Gabio Tredako on Twitter. He says that he went abroad on a debt recovery mission, and before he left the shores of this country, Yoko was well aware. Stay tuned to GH1 Television. We'll bring you details in a subsequent broadcast on all that he said. But Della Michelle is there for us. Della, thank you very much for joining us. It has been a very lengthy press conference. But what did we miss? Hello, Della.
Hello, Sarah.
Yes, if you can quickly run us through what Namwan started saying before the question and answer session.
Well, I'll continue from where you left off, saying that he did not jump bail. Actually, he went on a foreign mission to recover some debt, and that's what he actually started the press conference with. He actually acknowledged the role that everyone had played, including customers and governments, making sure that this past 12 months for MENZGOLD, all the issues that has been involved has actually brought to a successful close one way or the other. But aside that, he mentioned that upon his arrival in Dubai, he was actually framed by one of the companies, that is the Horizon Royal Diamond, and this is what Namwan is saying. He was framed actually by them because that particular company owed him 750 kg of gold, which is valued at $39 million. So he was actually going to retrieve the money that he had to take from Horizon Royal Diamonds, following the letter that had come up that MENZGOLD was soon going to be shut down in Ghana, and that has actually raised some concerns for both customers and partners. And it was upon his arrival actually in Dubai that this whole issue came up. But aside that, he also moved to the fact that he put three things actually before government. And I'll just go up quickly. I'll take you quickly through the things that he mentioned. One, he's saying that government should help him retrieve the amount of money which I just mentioned, that is the $59 million owned to him by Horizon Royal Diamond in Dubai. He's pleading that government will use all the necessary measures to retrieve that money for him. He's saying that he's willing to side with the Attorney General and as well as comply with any international and diplomatic laws that would allow them to retrieve that money for him. So he's asking government to do that. That's